November 2023 is like a leap ahead in time. This month holds 2024 energy, as people, projects, and possibilities that will take flight next year are already manifesting. In fact, lots of 2024 ideas have been popping up since October, but November shifts them from the brainstorming and inspiration phase into the small, solid steps phase. In fact, some of you might be moving, starting a business, committing to a relationship, or making a major life upgrade in spring 2024 around March, April, or May. But the implementation starts now. Also, travel or non-local relationships and non-local opportunities that have been popping up since October continue to accelerate in November and December. So go where you're called. Meanwhile, you might also be training in a skill or learning something new that you'll later apply to your success and happiness next year. So learn now like a diligent student so you can act like a master in 2024. Making peace in relationships is also key in November. Summer was rough on relationships, and while October helped to smooth things over, there might still remain a few thorns in your rose bush. Don't ruin a meaningful relationship by simply avoiding healthy conflict that could help clear the air and settle the dust. Just bite the bullet, have the conversation, offer the olive branch so you two can get back to smelling like roses together. Also, be mindful of relationships that disturb your peace. If certain people are consistently creating chaos in your life, then pause to consider why you're so attracted to chaos and choose differently. Better relationships start with better picking. Also this month, beef up your psychic boundaries. Psychic boundaries are the key to peace and power. So who or what doesn't deserve so much of your headspace? Energy goes where attention flows. So stop over fantasizing about people you dislike and impending disasters that may never occur. If you're going to be obsessed over something, let it be the people and things that are worth being crazy about. Hi friends, and welcome to November 2023. This is the Futurecast, and I'm your host and cosmic coach, Moriel Loren. Before we explore the geocosmic energies for the month ahead, one quick question from headquarters. What can I create for you? I'm already planning ahead for classes, workshops, and coaching programs for 2024, and I need your pulse on what you're most interested in learning about for next year. So there's a fun quiz in the link below where you can vote on your favorite topics for 2024. Here's a quick rundown of some potential programs for 2024. So what are you interested in learning about? If you're interested in learning about karma, reincarnation, soul contracts, past lives, and your service to humanity, along with personal mini readings from me, then click on the Spiritual Destiny class. Are you interested in learning about the monthly energy cycles so you can always know what to do next in your life? If you're looking for a practical plan for the month ahead, along with a customized 30-day calendar just for you, then click on the monthly energy cycles class. If you're wanting to learn how to read people and trust yourself and seeking some tools to develop your sixth sense of intuition, then you're going to want to click on the Intuitive Intelligence class. Wanting to cultivate your leadership skills aligned to your own unique energy signature and curious to know the quantum codes associated with your corporate style, then click on the Energetics for Effective Leadership class. If you're wanting to know about love, sex, matchmaking, and breakups, and why you attract the relationships that you do, answering questions like, should I stay or should I leave, and when might I meet someone special, then click on the Conscious Connection class. And if you're curious to someday become a spiritual adept, to learn about universal laws, power, truth, rituals, manifestation techniques, then click on the Ascended Master training. If you want to know how to figure yourself out, or anyone else, curious to know why you are the way you are, why other people act the way that they do, and how you can navigate getting the results that you want from each other, then click the Astrology 101 class. If you've ever wanted to predict the future, to know about divine timing, to explore the chakras and oracle cards, then click the Astrology 201 class. And if someday you hope to become a professional like me, wanting to learn about how to coach and guide other people, psychoanalysis, how to guide a session, how to figure out the real issue behind the issue, how to give quality, trustworthy advice, the art of the session is available to you in Astrology 301. So don't forget to click the link to take the quiz so you can vote on what you want to learn about in 2024. All right, friends, with these geocosmic patterns in mind, let's take a look at the energy for the month ahead in November 2023. I'm ready if you are, so let's dive in. November begins with a reminder to beef up your psychic boundaries when Saturn, the authority, moves ahead in the sky starting on November 4th. Psychic boundaries are your key to peace and power, and your mental obsessions might be depleting you. Time, thought, attention, and feeling govern your inner force field. So who or what doesn't deserve so much headspace? Stop feeding an energy that doesn't feed you. For example, when you're thinking about work, but you're not at work. When a disappointing situation has happened and you're still obsessing about it days and weeks later. Or when you're worried in advance about something that hasn't happened yet and might not even happen. Minimize your tendency to over-fantasize about Armageddons in your life and quit inviting people and things you don't like to have such a significant seat in your inner sanctuary. Sanity looks like psychic boundaries that are grounded in the present moment and focused on the people and things that keep you connected to your peace and power. My meditation teacher once told me a story about when he met the Dalai Lama, and the Dalai Lama asked him about his meditation practice and inquired, "What did you think about this morning while you were in the shower?" My teacher replied, "I thought about my work meetings for the day ahead, my boss, my clients, my kids, and the electrician stopping by afterwards." The Dalai Lama replied, "Does your wife know you invite so many people to shower with you?" The point of the joke was a reminder to stay grounded in the present moment and not let our minds constantly wander to things that either aren't happening right now, don't require our attention at the moment, or that don't bring us joy. Poor psychic boundaries and mental obsessions are also a sneaky form of self-sabotage because they secretly prevent you from paying attention to other areas of your life. It might be worth asking why you're avoiding looking at those other areas of your life. Because while your mental obsession might be uncomfortable, it's also secretly distracting you from something that might feel more uncomfortable or unfamiliar, or where you're less confident or not yet sure that you want to address it. For example, how does constantly obsessing about work allow you to secretly avoid dealing with your relationships or lack thereof? How does constantly worrying about money help you secretly avoid investing in things that would uplevel your life or fixing things that you know are problematic? Or how does constantly obsessing about a boss or coworker that you don't like allow you to secretly avoid engaging in hobbies after work or taking the risk to go find another job that makes you more happy? During a recent coaching session with a client who felt stuck in a funk, I asked her, "What are you thinking about that's pissing you off?" She answered, "What's pissing me off is work, and that I'm constantly thinking about work even when I'm not at work." Perfect example of where a psychic boundary was needed. I then asked her, "What about thinking about work is easier or safer than thinking about other areas of your life?" She responded, "Work is my comfort zone, and it's easier than having to figure out what I'm really passionate about in life." Bingo. The mental obsession was depleting her, but it was also serving her as a scapegoat from looking at an area of her life where she felt less familiar. I pivoted my client by encouraging her to make a list of other more positive obsessions that she has, meaning passions and things in life that she's curious about and excited by, but never really gives herself the space to explore. Her list of prospective passions was amazing. And so I told her that anytime she starts obsessing about work outside of work, to say the mantra, I am returning to my life and I am falling in love with the things that excite me. And then to go engage in one of those passionate activities from her list. Once we were able to spot the mental obsession and zipper up her psychic boundaries, my client felt more peace and power over a situation that previously had been eating her alive by redirecting her attention towards the activities that made her feel alive and feed her energy. I'm super proud of her ability to redirect attention in that way, and she's doing great. So if you're feeling stuck in a funk or you're spiraling in a situation that feels out of control, it might be time to book a session with me. I've got some great exercises on how to zipper up and strengthen your psychic boundaries so we can get you restored to your sense of peace and power. The second week of November emphasizes the importance of harmonious relationships and going where your heart desires. When Venus shifts into the collaborative constellation of Libra and Mercury shifts into the adventurous constellation of Sagittarius. Relationships determine the quality of our life because, for better or worse, we always have to deal with other people. Now is the time to make peace in your relationships or to seek relationships that create more peace in your life. If you've had a snafu with someone, smooth it over. Stop pretending that a speed bump isn't there. Just approach it, gently glide over it, so you two can keep on cruising. You'll be amazed at how small gestures of sincerity and kindness can overcome even huge roadblocks. The key is to not avoid the roadblock. Avoidance is what creates delays and detours. Stay on the straight path. Approach it directly yet dignified. Offer a resolution. Cross the hurdle and keep on enjoying the rest of the ride. Don't get off your path or don't ruin a great relationship simply because you're afraid to confront a speed bump. Also, pick people that bring peace. Better relationships start with better picking. So choose people that inspire joy and elevation and confidence in you. And look at the choices they're making in their own life. Ask yourself, am I okay with that? Would I want that to be me? And also, pick people that challenge your bullshit, not just people that always agree with you. Choose people that truly see the best in you, call forth the best, and call you back to your best when you've stepped out of alignment. Peace and positive relationships aren't always easy, but they're worth it. Peace and positive relationships aren't always local either. What you're seeking isn't necessarily convenient to your zip code. People, possibilities, and projects that you love sometimes require a quest. You may have to get on a plane, drive somewhere, or collaborate online in order to create the high-quality connections and opportunities that are worthy of your time. Don't settle for something just because it's outside your front door. November, December, and January hold non-local relationships and business in faraway places. Go where you're called. Also, solidify your creative framework. Ideas for 2024 have already been popping in since October, but November is about shifting them from the creative brainstorming phase into the small steps of implementation phase. Next year, some of you might be moving, starting a business, committing to a relationship, or making a major life upgrade, possibly in spring 2024 around March, April, or May. But the initial implementation is already starting now. So, if you're prospecting a person or possibility that's outside of your comfort zone or outside of your zip code, then it might be time to come get an energy reading from me so we can make sure that it's going to be worth your while. Mid-November brings something unexpected that pops into your field, which feels either disruptive or exciting, depending on how you deal with surprises. Situations that have been stifling you are suddenly looking for relief. And remember that release always leads to relief. Any type of stuck energy right now is looking for its breakthrough point. And catharsis always results in either progress or rebalancing. So watch for an unexpected event on November 11th, 12th, and 13th, and again on November 17th. If a challenging situation has already been brewing, then punches may fly at the middle of the month. But it's important to meet the confrontation where it is in order to dissipate the energy. So show up for battle, but with the intention of getting that burning heat to simmer down into a comfortable stew. Part of you might be feeling sassy, spicy, and even a little bit petty. But on the other hand, you're patting the other party on their head saying, there, dear. It's kind of like when a child is throwing a temper tantrum and the parent allows them to just cry it all out until finally the kid is just over it and they're calm and they return to the normalcy of being in the parent's arms. Confront that fire head on, let it whittle out, and it'll be over just as quickly as it started. If a positive situation has been building, then a stroke of luck may strike mid-month, but you'll have to act instantaneously in order to seize the momentum. So don't overthink it. Say yes and step into that portal of potential because it'll shut just as quickly as it opened. Take the leap. Either way, this unexpected experience in mid-November may be linked to people, possibilities, or feelings that first emerged over Halloween weekend. Thanksgiving weekend awakens your adventurous energy from November all the way to January when Mars shifts into the exploratory constellation of Sagittarius. So where are you going? Travel has been popping up for you since October, and it continues to accelerate in November, December, and January. So who is this person, possibility, or project in a faraway place that's got you so curious? Go! Also, you might be training in a skill, getting an education, or learning something new in November, December, and January that you're going to apply to your career or happiness in 2024. The Thanksgiving weekend Gemini full moon on November 27th has you chatting with or traveling to like minds. You are wanting to connect with people who are on your same wavelength. So around November 27th is a fantastic time to plan a meeting of the minds, whether that's locally or outside of your zip code. All right, friends, now that you know the geocosmic energy patterns for the month ahead, it's time for you to determine your destiny. If this video was helpful, then give us a like and share the video with someone you care about. Also, if you're curious to know how these geocosmic energy patterns affect you personally, your life, business, and relationships, then I'd love to see you in my office or online for an individual coaching session. Most people tell me that it's better than therapy, that they wish they'd done it sooner, and that they wish they could take the money and time that they've spent on other self-help programs and have done this first instead. So if you're looking for answers to the most important questions in your life with mathematical accuracy that you just can't find anywhere else, then it's time to book a session and let's get you pointed in the right direction. Also, remember to take the quiz about what you want to learn about in 2024. The link to vote is in the description below. All right, friends, thanks for joining me here on the Futurecast, and until next time, when our stars align.